Hello, my friends, hello, and welcome once again to Stately Vaughan Manor, where I've got another thrilling tag for you today. It's extra exciting because I was tagged by James Holder. James Holder tagged me. He never tags anybody. But for this tag, this is the book acquiring tag. James actually tagged me and Steve Donahue. So we are both honored. We have been tagged by the great James Holder, who I will link down below. He is magnificent, James Holder. He could be the perfect booktuber. He probably is. He is, really. And so James did this tag the other day, and I was just watching it, and he tagged me, and that was thrilling. It's the book acquiring tag. This was created by, who created this tag? Enter the book. Enter the book, apparently created this tag, so I'll link that down below. And what do we got? 11 questions? 10 questions? Something like that. They're extra tiny because I'm using my little teensy tablet. This is the first, I think this is the first small Kindle Fire that Kindle made. It's ancient. I've had this thing for years. And it still works. I'm always amazed whenever I turn this thing on and it works. And it always does, even this, if it's been like 100 years since I've used it. But, you know, really tiny text, and I don't have my glasses on. So let's see how I do answering these questions. Can I even read these questions? Sure I can. Number 1, question 1. Do you plan your book purchases ahead or impulse buy? Both. You know, there are some book purchases that I plan, and, you know, sometimes I just buy on impulse. Usually the impulse is watching somebody on BookTube talk about how great a book was, and then I buy it. Number 2, how do you decide what books to buy? Well, that I just told you one of the ways. I find out about a book on BookTube and I buy it. There are actually a couple different ways. I collect certain types of books. The vintagey science fiction stuff I collect. I'm collecting nice editions of my favorite books. There's a lot of old-timey sci-fi and horror stuff that I really like, and if I find a new book about that or of that, I will buy that. Yeah, that's how I decide. Number 3. What is your philosophy on where you shop? Online versus in person. Large versus small. Physical, digital, or audio. New versus used, etc. Well, okay. Let me think about this for a minute. Well, I did a lot of online shopping during the last horrible couple years, as most of us did, you know. But usually I will shop online if it's something specific that I want, like, you know, I know the specific book that I want to get. I'm not going to waste my time running around to different bookstores on the hope or the chance that they might have it, because they won't. Because if I'm looking for a book, no bookstore has it. So I will order anything that I specifically know I want. I will go to the bookstore. I will go to my favorite bookstore, which is Pegasus Books on Solano Avenue in Berkeley. That is my favorite bookstore. And that is my bookstore of choice. They often have some good old-timey sci-fi stuff there, and just some random mix, and the stock changes. It's cool. I like that little place. And so I will go there when I just want to shop around. When I have no, you know, clear idea exactly what I want to get, then I'll go out. I'll shop at the bookstores. But if something specific I want, then I'll order it. I tend to go nowadays, for some reason, I'm pretty heavy into the physical books right now. I haven't bought any ebooks for a while. I'm not sure why that is, but I've mostly been reading physical books. Probably because I've got 9 million of them. I've got plenty of those to read at this point. So yeah, that's my philosophy, if you can call it that. Let's see. Number 4. What about little free libraries? What do you think about them? Have you used one? Why or why not? We have a couple little free libraries in the neighborhood. I have used them. I don't usually get books out of little free libraries because they always seem very housewifey and house husbandy. You know, it's always like some book on yoga or barbecue or, you know, some contemporary quasi-romantic thing that I would never want to read, or some courtroom drama or lawyer book, which I would never read. So it's like that stuff, you know? So it's rare. Every once in a while, I'll find something that I'll actually want to read. I do make deposits in the libraries, though. Sometimes, you know, I have just too many books, and I'll be like, why do I even have this? And when I go out on my walk with my dogs, I will deposit a book. I've actually thought about putting a free library out in front of the manor. You know, a suitably grand one, of course. It would be magnificent, you know. But I thought of doing that, you know. I certainly have enough books to stock it with. But I haven't done it yet. But I thought about it. But I love the idea. It's a great idea, and it's a cool thing to have around little free libraries. I support them. Okay, 5. How do you feel after acquiring a book? Do you share like in a book haul or diary? Nowadays, everything I acquire, I will talk about once a week in halls of adventure. I will dig up Roger and, you know, from the tomb, and together we will go through all the books that I acquire during the week in my halls of adventure. Watch them. They're magnificent. They're usually on Tuesdays or Thursdays. Yeah, so yeah, I do that. Diary? No. That sounds like effort. Let's see. Number 6. How do you feel looking at your books that haven't been read? Does it matter if it's currently a lot or a little amount? It's a lot. It's always a lot of books. And I feel giddy with joy when I see all of my unread books, because those are all adventures yet to have, you know. Every unread book is a potential wonderful experience. It's going to be an experience of one form or another. And usually, because, you know, I choose wisely sometimes, usually it's going to be an exciting or fun or somehow enjoyable experience. So every book, every unread book is an experience yet to have. Unfortunately, I have more experiences than I'll ever experience in book form, because I have more unread books probably than I'll ever read in my lifetime, which, you know, seems to get shorter every day. That's how it goes. Where was I? Was I on number 7? How do you decide what number of unread books is the right amount? I don't count. Listen, you can never have too many unread books. No. I mean, what if you lived to 200 years old? It could happen. I mean, it's unlikely, but it, you know, what if you're bitten by a vampire and suddenly you're immortal? You're going to want a bunch of books around. That's a lot of time on your hands. You know, you got to prepare for every eventuality. So there is no amount that is too much of unread books. Never. The more unread books, the better, right? Of course. Sort of goes without saying. Let's see. 8. Do you have a TBR game or process for reading them? No. My TBR game is I try to decide what I'm going to read. And I come up with a stack of books I want to get to. That's my TBR game. Otherwise, no. My tablet just turned off. Okay. Number 9. Do you have a book buying problem? If so, what is the nature of it? And can it be adjusted? Well, the first thing you need to do is just accept and admit to yourself that you have a problem, which I'm never going to do. That's never going to happen. I don't have a problem! No, not me. I don't have too many books. I don't have enough books. I think I need to buy even more and more and even more after that. I might need to buy a whole new manor to keep all my books in. I don't have a problem. Okay, let's move on from that troubling question. Let's see. Number 10. Tag 2 or 3 others to ponder their book buying process. 2 or 3 others. You know, I should really think about who to tag. Well, I know I'm going to tag another bibliophile reads, because that guy, he's got a book buying problem for sure. Have you seen all the books he's got in his basement? It's a madhouse. So many books another bibliophile reads has. I don't know how he gets so many books. I think he just takes a pack of Vikings and they go raid libraries and bookstores and just, you know, burn the place down and throw all the books on their long ships and float away to another library or bookstore and continue and raid that one. Probably, he seems kind of savage, that guy, Greg, from another bibliophile read. So I'll tag him because, you know, inquiring minds, you know, we want to know what his book buying habits are. Who else should I tag? My mind is a blank. I'm going to tag David Wiley. It's been at least a week or two since I've tagged David Wiley, so I'll tag David Wiley. I kind of feel like he's always talking about his book buying process though, but you know, I'll just tag David Wiley anyway so I could link his channel down below, you know. So yeah, I'll tag David. And three. Is there a third that I'm going to tag? Is there a third person? My mind is a blank. I don't know who I should tag for the third. There's so many people I could tag that I don't know who I should tag. I will tag Gina Stanier. I'll tag Gina Stanier for this. That's right. I haven't tagged Gina Stanier for a while. So Gina, you're tagged. Whew, that last one was a toughie. Okay, guys. I will catch you next time. I've got some thrilling stuff coming up. I don't know what's coming up next, but you know it's going to be amazing. I do have a Sherlock Holmes video coming up soon. I've decided to do one of those. You know, every 7 or 8 months I do a Sherlock Holmes video, just like clockwork. And, you know, all kinds of fun stuff. Okay, guys, I will catch you next time.